He remembered who he was. And he forgave me. God! But I don't deserve it, God damn it! There is no atoning for what I've done. God!
Clean up behind your face, please.
But maybe this is the next best thing. Maybe he brought me back from the beach for a reason. One last time. He wanted me to do this. To keep on being Die Hardman.
Because America?
He didn't. Nobody wants a president who acts like they're immortal. And if you're not scared of death, how can you value life? And life is pretty fucking fragile right now. And yeah, the old ways die hard. But that's what's gonna have to happen if we're gonna come together and build a better America.
That he didn't care about at the beginning of the game.
Gun won't help you here. That's her words, not mine.
Thank you, Sam.
So,
Hey, Sam. Been waiting for you.
Lou? Dead?
Poor thing was never truly alive. Not in this world, at least.
more game.
The decommissioning order finally came through.
R.I.P. Lou. Gone but not
Can't risk
forgotten.
necrosis. The body can't stay here. I thought you might want to take care of it. You could try taking Lou out of the pod just to see what happens. But that would be in direct contravention of an executive order. And there are laws about that kind of thing, now that we're a nation. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But if the alternative is defying the president, I can't do that either. Not me.
All right. I'll go to the incinerator.
Can I take a truck though? Or...
Before you leave, I'd like to check something quickly. I just took your cufflinks offline. In that state, there'd be nothing to stop you from removing them. If you did, the UCA wouldn't know where you were or how to find you. You'd be invisible. When you use the incinerator, you'll be reconnected to the network automatically. I trust you'll remember what I said.
Right. Absolutely.
Big hugs. I mean, they've already shared a
Thanks for
shower.
everything.
Like, you know. Uh-huh. Then what's the point? I only destroyed like 2 vehicles today. What a shame.
How's the weather?
Don't think you'll be needing an umbrella. I decided to follow my father's dream after all. Don't worry. I won't get mixed up with any terrorists this time. UCA's got my back. We're the first private delivery company to get the official approval.
Sounds like you're moving up in the world. Congratulations.
Thanks. Wait. There's something I have to tell you.
Ugh.
I didn't shoot Higgs. Couldn't pull the trigger. So I let him choose. Death or eternal solitude on the beach.
Fair enough. You never did like breaking things.
That's right. I find and fix what's broken. And reconnect. I'm fragile.
But
Not
not
that
that fragile.
Wanna come work for me? Could use a man like you.
The world's still broken. Same as before.
Why did we bother
Isn't.
saving it?
But we're still here. We're still chugging along.
Not everyone. Not me.
Come on. You put America back together, didn't you?
Doesn't mean there's a place for me. I've got no ties to anyone or anything.
Now he goes back to... Okay.
I might as well be dead. I felt like that when we first met in the cave. I still do.
Unfreaking
Don't act like
believable.
you're the same person. You've learned how to touch, to feel. You've connected with people. With us.
Everything I touch, I lose.
Sam!
Come on, Lou. One last delivery.
Oh, episode 14. Lou. Oh, God dang it. Sorry. We're not allowed nice things. Also, no backpack. Bad final mission. No. No weapons. Also, isn't the incinerator like miles away? I can hear it. It does sound incredible. Wait, can I? So, wait. Where am I going? Legit, I can't access. So I can't access the map. Where am I actually going? The incinerator was like all the way up there, right? Or am I chatting mints? Glide like a truck, please. Oh, no truck. That ripperoonie. Bang at this. Look at all these trucks. Let me take one. Oh, this one looks pretty takeable. No, no, not allowed. That's... Truck. So, I am going this way, right? So this is definitely the right way. It wasn't back in there. I'm gonna be mad if this isn't right. Someone send help. Is this right? Like, someone please tell me, because I'm so confused right now. Like, I need to go this way, right? I don't remember where the incinerator is. Oh, okay. There we go. Need some monster energy. Yeet. Bang of this. Not gonna lie. It's probably gonna get picked. I don't even care at this point. As if it expects me to like remember where stuff is. Right, music stopped. One last piece of the puzzle. One last piece. Waiting for something incredibly random to happen. Because Kojima.
Alright. I guess we're here. You still with me, though?
Poor thing was never truly alive.
Not in this world, at least. How dare he say that about
Thanks
Liv?
for everything.
Child's special. One of a kind.
A baby candidate.
Either that or
A sacrifice.
a foundation.
A bridge.
A bridge.
Brought you an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space. You'll be out of there in no time. And the second all this is over, I'm gonna take you wherever you want to go. Can I help you? Holy shit. John, is that you?
Captain, what are you doing here?
My wife's checked in. They don't want a repeat of last year.
The Void Out in Manhattan. I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were the husband.
This isn't what we agreed on. You said you'd do everything in your power to save BB.
We are. But we cannot release your son just yet. Believe me when I tell you it's for the best.
This is a woman in a mask who's done nothing but lie to me.
I have a duty to protect our country. Lies are an unfortunate necessity.
The president gave me the highest level access privileges. I've used them to manipulate the security system. We have 5 minutes before it resets, sir. 5 minutes to talk. Off the record. Take BB and get out of this place. There's nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry. You were my commanding officer, but I swore an oath to the president to protect her and the country at all costs. Now, if she orders me to do something, I have to do it. I have to. But I served under you first. And your family doesn't deserve this. Any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home. Back then, I thought I was invincible. I thought I was some kind of action hero. But I'm not the hero. You are, sir. You're the reason I'm still alive. And it's past time I paid that debt. They're moving your son to a new facility tomorrow. You'll never see him again. He'll serve as the foundation of a new communications network. A sacrifice for a nation that no longer exists. I wrote down everything you need to know. It was the only way to keep it off the system. Burn it when you're done. The rest is up to you, sir. I believe this belongs to you, sir. Now, I can't terminate your wife's life support from inside her room. System won't allow it. So, this is the only other option. An alarm is set to go off if she flatlines. I've rigged the system to spoof her vitals. But you won't have long. 5 minutes, tops.
Just gonna drop in cheeky cons that morning.
Don't hesitate, sir. This is the only chance you'll get.
It's Silent Hill over. Oh no. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Just in front of BB and everything. Don't even turn around or nothing.
I'm sorry, Lisa. Don't worry. I'll take care of him. I promise you. I promise you. My animal, Lisa.
Pretty sure it's just that. Oh yeah, there we go. Well, everyone brace yourselves. Cremate BB. Oh. No idea, boss. At this point, could not tell you. This game is
I just took
beyond
the
wow.
cufflinks offline. In that state, there'd be nothing to stop you from removing them. If you did, the UCA wouldn't know where you were or how to find you. You'd be invisible. When you use the incinerator, you'll be reconnected to the network automatically. You could try taking Lou out of the pod just to see what happens. But that would be in direct contravention of an executive order.
Who cares about orders? We've been taking orders this whole game. Take Lou off the pod. What are you doing? Well, that's awfully weird.
A purpose that cannot fulfill outside the pod. There is a 70% risk of catastrophic failure simply in removing it.
Bob, did you say 14 hours? Could say no. And we're BB. Okay, this is pretty funky. Okay. Yup. Are we? So I guess. Oh, alright then. This is strange. And people are excited for a Hideo Kojima horror game, just saying. Just ignore the glowing orb down the hall. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't. No questions asked.
Freeze! Hey, put it down! Drop it! Put it down!
Back off.
Back off! Get up! Don't do it!
That guy's mustache. Maybe. Naturally locked door opens, yeah. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
I'm sorry, Captain.
Got a G.
Don't! You got it! You two! Stay there! And hold your fire!
Thanks for trying, John.
Stop! Step aside, sir, or we'll be forced to open fire. It's a dead end. He's trapped. Security will take it from here.
Yes, because security is above the law. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Sam's like, I will adopt your baby. No. Why is it like he's bleeding from his knee when he got shot in the back? Was he shot in the leg?
I'm sorry, Lisa. I screwed it up. I've ruined everything.
This room is off limits. No one goes in. But he's in there, sir. I saw him. You saw him all. Now check the other way. Go! Yes, sir.
No. Open it up. He's inside.
Move, dumbass.
Bibi. Don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you. See the sunset. The day is ending. Let that yawn out. There's no pretending. I will hold you and protect you. So let love warm you to the morning.
Correct.
When I found out I was gonna be a father, I was so scared. Scared of what it would mean. I had to be there for you and your mom, no matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore. Couldn't leave you all alone. I couldn't.
Get off of him! Now!
I had it all wrong. All wrong. Being a father didn't make me scared. It made me brave. I'm sorry. Sorry it took me so long.
Captain, look at you.
Don't make the same mistake.
Be yourself.
Be yourself.
Be free.
Be free.
Oh my God.
Captain, I need you to hand it over.
Shoot him, John.
Let it go. Please.
Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
You told me your name was Sam Porter. But you're Sam Bridges. My son. My bridge to the future. Without you, I was just like any other Cliff. Dead end. No way forward. Nothing but an obstacle. Looking on at the world people like you were trying to build. Dividing people was the only thing I was ever good at. But not you, Sam. You bring people together. You're their bridge to the future. And mine. Come on, Sam. Stand up.
What on earth?
Is this me?
Well, they're not your mother, are they? That's the thing. Because he was born from Lisa Bridges. So it was a lie, just so you do what she wanted you to do. Wow.
Oh, God. Not BB2.
No, 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 no!
So that's why you're a blue baby, and I think, oh, that makes sense.
Sam. There you are.
This is just some of the weirdest stuff I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some things. I've read some books. I've been on the internet.
You want to go home? Let's go home.
But she also killed him,
It's
which is weird. Or I suppose the spirit version didn't know what the body was, but the body knew what the spirit was up to. Go home, get me a drunk. I'll have half of what he's having. Away you go. Bye bye. Wow. Three rupees. That's why they don't say the third one after they did it with Kojima. They knew they could never let this type of thing happen again.
been severed.
It was me who cut the cord. So yes.
A deathless repatriate in the world of the living. Should we decommission it?
In a manner of speaking. Take him out of the pod. I'll raise him as my own.
First, this lady can walk selling heels. Team, go on.
Come on, Lou.
Oh well, this is just.
Come on, Lou, wake up. Come on, Lou. Come on, Lou, wake up. Wake up. Come on. Wake up.
Not how you do CPR to a baby. I'm just gonna point that out. Fix not doing CPR. Also, like, you're wearing like metal and stuff. You want to be careful there, but you now have a naked baby. Ghost babies, okay. All the BBs brought Lou back because brotherhood, I guess. Is he gonna put him in the time vault to make him grow? But I have no idea what's happening. Wait, is it timefall anymore at this point? It's probably not, is it? It's just normal rain. Listen, so unless your children can detect ethereal beings for you to fight, kill, and fend off, defective. Send them back. Ask for a full refund and an exchange at the store. No receipt necessary. BB issuing a child. I ain't seen nothing ever again. They're covered in a barrier fix. So Bob is psychic at this point. We can safely assume. I'm going to turn this down because it's going to get grabbed again. Well, Bob clearly knows what's what. So, let me just get this straight. So, the memories he was having with BB, they were actually his own. There's a bit more, okay. I'll wait for the credits. So was wear his own yet. So was Lou another BB that you just had a connection with, or was that his inner self, or was that also him because he's a repatriate? Yeah, so his memories were from his original life, separate BB. Okay, that's pretty good. To be fair, I got a clue when it said Lisa Bridges. I was like, that's strange. But unlike Bob, I didn't call it. That was a remotely like unexpected twist, I guess. Why is that right? I don't think. Because it was the girl. It was the. Yeah, that's possibly it would be. So I think Clifford was just going after Sam because, yeah, he thought he was someone else. Maybe he thought he was Sam Porter. Didn't put the connection together and just wanted and thought maybe that was his BB. But also he was you saw him at the was stuck in time, yeah, because obviously he was able to repatriate as well, to be a repatriate, and saw Amelia bring him back to life and send him, so he knew he was somewhere, but he needed to try and find him. It's like he knew he was out in the world, but wasn't sure if he was still a BB, which he would have been theoretically, not realizing that Bridget, your kidnapper, actually took you out in the hope that you would develop when you should have been not a BB, because BBs were basically just internet, basically. Kojima just being Kojima. So he was in the real world at some point, but died at the point, but then was lost, sort of repatriating, I think, stuck in that moment. So he could live through there and in the beach, but couldn't go forward in time, which is why when you were fighting him, that was in World War II and stuff, because that was further back, but it was still his ghost. Honestly, what a hey, it works. Someone was nice enough to buy me a coffee. I'm gonna need it. I've actually been yawning past myself. Very rude of me, I apologise. Cheeky bit of love on the old coffee, I appreciate it. Ooh. Probably I have yawning past myself. That was something. That was an interesting game. It's only midnight. Yeah, that's fine. We've still got loads of the stream left to go. I was now playing pop music. Bad credits. That was something. I'll say that was pretty impressive. Enjoy the coffee. I appreciate you, Hoffa. I appreciate you. That was wild, that man. It was good. I have to say, I think when you've got that much to sort of unpack, and obviously there's a lot that I didn't garner from doing all the other side stuff. Granted, completely put my hands up to that. I can see why you put several hundred hours into it, purely because delivering parcels and that is super relaxing. Really, really enjoyed the core gameplay loop a lot. A lot. But I do think like that massive like exposition just dump right at the end. That was a lot. Like having to like run around it, but just give me one cutscene. Like, and I could have just sat there and just watched it. Now let me say this: the game wants you to slow down, and it punishes you speed up, and your default was to go fast. Bad combat. I mean, you say that though, but this will be what? We'll have hit 40 hours. Just like wrecking trucks. I mean that as well. So we'll have hit 40 hours, which I like. That's pretty substantial. And I saw like I think the average from how long to beat is like 22 for just beating the main story. So I did do some side questy stuff, granted. But yeah, I was defo speed running at points. But I think there was that point, like the mid game. So you get more stuff if you read all the emails, collect all the USB sticks and special orders, give you more Sam story. Peter guy was Higgs. Ah, okay. That's interesting. So if you go at the end where obviously Fragile didn't kill him, does Sam work that out? Is that actually like revelatory? You do all the pizza delivery, you get upgraded weapons. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I do think that mid game was like super spammable because like with a truck I was just able to do things you shouldn't have been able to do. You know what I mean? I was trailblazing. You can go in his bunker and check out his obsession. That's interesting. The game offers so much, and I'll be fair. I feel like semi-controversial statement, but I do think like not enough games actually give you that like level of content. I picked this game up for £13, so absolutely passes my test of pound per hour. But like yeah, I can easily see why people put a couple 100 hours into this. Just building stuff and just building the highway and all that. The first part you put all into the deliveries, and the second half you focused on all the Sam orders, and you blaze through the second half. Yeah, I'd say that's fair. I did sort of like, I think it's just because I was like I didn't want to spend like the whole year playing it. I know that sounds a bit daft, but like I knew that I could have. I mean, I spent an entire like 6-hour stream just building roads. Do you know what I mean? Into Vampire Survivors, I think past the $1 price. Oh yeah. A lot of it is logistics, laying down the infrastructure. Yeah, like building bridges, if you will. Getting exactly what you need. Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. Like, it's good. Like, you know what I mean? I've got very little like negative to say. I do think it was really frustrating at the start, and I think a lot of people get turned off by like how hard it is to deal with BTs, particularly when you can't damage them. That balance of like when you have like even from the point you had the bowler gun and you could properly fight the mules. You know, that was where the game really peaked to me. I think you could spend the most time during that period. Right, just a little bit more. Bob, we've had that rant. It's Lou.
Louise.
There we go. We did it. was Louise's wife. Let's have a look at these stats. Types of weapons fabricated, 30 out of 72, less than half, yeah. Types of premium delivery completed. No, she wasn't. Oh, okay. What's Louise got to do with anything then? That like some other Kojima thing I don't know about. Orders completed 101. Nice. Mostly for Sam, yeah. Did do some standard orders quite early in the game, as we noted. Oh, Lou is actually a girl, right? 44 hours 49 on the game time, which is pretty neat. Total weight of cargo nearly 4 tons. Total pieces of cargo 307. Oh, Lou's going to be the name of the sun, obviously. Yeah. I get you. Total rest time 17 hours. Blood transfused. Total water ingested. Pieces of footwear worn out. Didn't wear out a single pair of boots. And tumbles taken 7. So I got a lot. I like some of the players. 150 litres of blood transfused, Jesus. Silver trophy, nice. That's pretty decent. Just all. I'm looking at you ran from all the BT bosses. Oh yeah, like I didn't really fight BTs until it was like very necessary at the end. I did always run from the bosses, yeah. I just because like I didn't have the capacity to be bothered. Tomorrow is in your hands. More game. 2 weeks earlier. What? It's nice that it gives you a little like post game. That's pretty cool.
Well, look who's awake. Morning, Sam. You'll be happy to hear your vitals have stabilized, and that you're well on your way to recovery. Ah, not that it's your fault, but what I wouldn't give to trade places. We're all stuck in the president's office, working like dogs to get everything ready in time for the inauguration. But at least one of us is still free as a bird. You should head out. Make the most of it. Could even do some orders if you wanted. Might do you good to get back in the game. You may recall it was raining buckets back when you left for Amelie's Beach. We took a real beating at the time, but we've done our best to service the structures and vehicles in the area.
Vehicles?
So you know, any cargo that was stored in your private locker at a damaged facility should have been transferred to your private locker here at this distro center. Anyway, busy or not, we'll still be on the end of the line if you need us. And if you want some alone time, we should be able to manage for now. Just make sure you're back in time for the big day, alright? See you then. Hey, Sam. You sure you don't have any unfinished business?
Well, so yeah, we did it. Gonna do one last save. And I think that is all Hideo wrote. What You missed optional preppers. Apologies. I missed a lot of optional things. Okay. Right, I'm gonna shut this down. So I want to say this. That was genuinely more enjoyable than I thought it was gonna be. Obviously, I saw the original game when it was advertised, all things like that. Never really got around to playing it. No worries, just meant there was even more for you to find when you go, if you want to go look at that. That's wild. I'm just gonna unplug this. That was a legitimately really, really cool experience. Like, very much enjoyed it. Did not expect that core gameplay loop to be as fun as it was. Genuinely enjoyed that a lot. Really, really, really fun. And I have to say, I don't think it was the kind. I don't think I'd have just picked it up if it were not for you, Hoffa, actually putting down during the charity event to be like, yeah, play this. I want to see you play it. I do. I suppose the other hand of that is, I don't know, if I had more capacity, like, you know, in terms of like not doing a PhD, I'd have loved to have streamed it more and like just streamed it more and played more, because I genuinely think, you know, you just said it there, you can just jump on and do a few deliveries. I can totally see that being a really, really good soother. You know, so I think like that would have been cool, but no, I just didn't. So playing it once a week, I did definitely get to a point where I was like, okay, I feel like I'm not making any progress. I should definitely try taking this forward, and then sort of like ended up speedrunning it because, you know, like it's July. I started playing it in like March, so, you know, there's that. So I don't know, Hoffa, I hope you got your entertainment worth. I'd like to think you did. I think we had some good fun. Never forget those trucks, those sweet purple trucks that we saw go, all in the name of delivery. Never forget. I honestly think so. Some of my the moments like I laughed the most were when we had to deliver the sperm and eggs. That was funny. Destroyed 3 trucks. Losing that bike in the river, that was funny. That time I tried to load up like 2 different mule trucks and drove too far, and then it just yeeted them off the planet. And falling down a massive crevasse on a bike with a nuclear bomb. And it was clipped last week, but like pressing the wrong button on that snowy mountain was hilarious. I mean, you know, so much so that a truck being destroyed is now the 16-month delay. So yeah, it was a genuinely a good game. I'd recommend anyone give it a go. Like, pick it up, try it, definitely sort of push through that first couple hours. Like, once you even get like the haptic grenades to deal with the BTs, way easier to get on with it then. I do think that, thank you for the GGs. It will be interesting to see the quality of life improvements they made in the director's cut. That'd be interesting. To get the other trophies. I very rarely 100% games. I think I've got like less than 10 platinums. I think I've like 100% of games less than 10 games total. I think ever. And well, in terms of like true 100%, I don't think I've truly ever 100% at FF7, as in like picked up every single item, every single materia. I would honestly, definitely would say it's worth it. He needs to do hard mode. Wait, so Death Stranding has? Oh yeah, no, you can change the difficulty. Wow, yeah. So that's a thing as well. Yeah, big up on value, for sure. But yeah, I think it's a really good game. It's very, very Kojima. I think I like the overall message. It is a little bit butterfly effecty and time traveling back to the future, but still very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. I think you could almost like play it without the story, and it would still be a really, really good game. Boxes though. Honestly, I think like so. I suppose actually to piggyback on that, I suppose if you like just wanted that type of experience, but without that type of Kojima-ness, there's that the lake. Was it the lake where you play as a post lady? You just go around the post van and deliver post. So that's definitely like an experience that I think was the catalyst for that. And at low level because your balance and stamina get better as your portal grade increases. I know. Fallout was very frustrating for you. So yeah, it was like genuinely a tremendous good experience. As I say, Lord willing, I'd have put way more hours into it if I could. However, we need to wrap up for YouTube and say this has been the Death Stranding playthrough. Oh, I made a mistake at the camp. All right. Go on, half. Lay on the crits, and then we'll wrap up. Was there a truck? Did I just miss it? I did have a very frustrating time today, but oh right, okay. I didn't realise I changed guns on accident. I'm pretty sure I rebooted at the time. Totally works out. But yeah, I did the business. So yeah, that was Death Stranding. That was the playthrough. Oh, you have to take them to the... Oh yeah, because they turn into, or it causes a void out. Oh, that's cool. So I know it said that you risk them turning into BTs, like more BTs being there. But it could have caused an actual void out. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. So like you, just the amount of things that can happen in the game is absolutely vast and quite delicious. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure I reset. That was one of the times I've reset. So that's probably why it also didn't happen. I think I only killed like. Wait, no. I think on my way, on the actual final way there, I think I got like 3. Yeah, but like the fact that you can do that is also like off the scale in terms of things you can do. So definitely gets my seal of approval. Definitely would say give it a go if you've been at all captivated by the shenanigans that I've had. I do think it, like, obviously streaming it you can't necessarily do it, but just doing that for your delivery things is a great thing to do if you maybe like listen to a podcast. I mean, check out mine. For while you're playing yourself, or like just watching TV or something like that. I think that'd be really, really nice. However, YouTube, we're going to say goodbye to yourselves. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the series. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, family, and all that shenanigans. I think it's been a good journey, and I will see you for the next one, which I'll give you a little spoiler now. YouTube, come on in. It's going to be fun. All right. So YouTube, goodbye. Take care.